switch sides when one team scores 5 points, and they will also switch the order of play. But we'll see. While China might be the favorite in singles heavily on paper, doubles has a lot to do with how players work together. Strong receive with the opening from Yang Haeun, the forehand flip. But well-anticipated quick movement. CHEN Meng right back for the third ball. Outstanding effort, but just too wide on that final punch shot from Yang Haeun. WANG Manyu with a little bit more time again, alternating shots, taking slightly bigger strokes here, step behind the table. First point for the Korean pair, JEON Jihee and Yang Haeun on the board. Serve drifts just a little bit, giving the opening attack to CHEN Meng. The Chinese pair very quick to move in and out, despite both being right-handed. Left and right-handers tend to work better together in doubles. Gives them the advantage for playing the middle of the table, both with their forehands, especially when given time to take the shot. Like in doubles, the forehand is a lot more successful, a lot more powerful. Yang Haeun gets in there quick, using her height advantage to reach out, play the ball from in front, play that flip right into the body. You can see it driving CHEN Meng back just a bit. What might have felt like a dominant start to the game for the Chinese pair has quickly become just a difference of 1 point with the Koreans trailing. So impressive how the Chinese pair moves in and out. They're quite close to each other, able to take short strokes, very short stroke shots, and quickly get right back in position. See how close CHEN Meng is, right in front of WANG Manyu. Taller player tends to play a little bit behind in doubles. No chance there. JEON Jihee taking advantage before the rotation can come in with that cross-court punch shot. Beautiful acceleration of the wrist to keep some topspin on the... Cause a bit of a traffic jam in the backcourt. Seems like what Yang Haeun was trying to do, but WANG Manyu so quick to get out of the way. Now it's 6 game points for CHEN Meng and WANG Manyu on the receive. Quick shots are right off the bounce, and the Chinese pair takes game 1 11 points to 4. We'll be back for game 2 right after this. Back for game number 2. CHEN Meng and WANG Manyu in black and yellow. On the right side of the screen there in the lead. 1-0. This is a best of 5. First team to win 3 games wins the match. JEON Jihee to start it off. Almost pulling out the point. On 2 occasions it looked like the Korean pairs were pegged. The point would have been over. Haeun escapes. Still running through. JEON Jihee gets the inside out forehand from the middle of the table. Table just not wide enough for the ball to come down. Look at this backhand right off the bounce. CHEN Meng very quick to play the wide angle. Also the early timing. Short stroke right off the bounce as she's moving through. Haeun doesn't have time to set up and cover even with her wingspan. Edge of the table. Agility from WANG Manyu to get the upper body out of the way. The way WANG Manyu's been playing so far in this tournament, I wouldn't be surprised to see her on the World Tour a lot more in the coming years. Challenging CHEN Meng for a spot in the Big Four. Very fluid, loose backhand. I don't know if we'll have a chance to see another shot of that backhand receive, but I'm sure you'll be able to see it again throughout this match. For example, didn't look too fancy, but loaded with spin. Really gets a nice tuck back on that wrist before snapping through. Haeun serve, and from over the table to Chiquita. So JEON Jihee and Haeun, the top seeds in this tournament. Their opponents came in unseeded, not in the top 8.
6-1.
First time we've seen a miss in some time from WANG Manyu. A bit behind the table. Again, very calm and smooth on that shot. Excellent punch. Haeun taking advantage of a little height on the ball. I think this is what they both have to be looking for in the spin game. JEON Jihee and Haeun, they're going to be playing against opponents who are just more seasoned in that game. But mixing up the trajectory, the variation of spins, help a lot.
3-6.
Anything to break their opponent's rhythm, make them uncomfortable, feel unfamiliar with the balls coming in, will increase the chances for the Korean pair. Outstanding rally, but finally a shot that JEON Jihee can't get her legs out of the way for. When Haeun played that ball with Shu-Shin, he scooped the ball with heavy side spin from 1 foot. JEON Jihee started to try to do a similar shot.
3-9.
Some of these very creative shots, quite uncomfortable for players who don't practice them a lot. I know on the French national team, you see a lot of players who have this touch because they spend time playing creative shots after their training. See the same with the top Chinese players. Between training sometimes, doing trick shots and having some fun just to get solid feeling and confidence when they need it.
3-10.
Now 7 game points for a 2-0 lead for the unseeded pair from China. Beautiful reaction. JEON Jihee quick to move deep to the backhand corner and take it right off the bounce to save a game point. There's that shovel serve with some topspin in the angle. Beautiful angle off the side of the table. Attempted long push out. Again, trying to use the tactic of jamming up the Korean pair. Hit it right to where JEON Jihee just was. Look at this, JEON Jihee really coming to life. This combination of Haeun playing out wide to the forehand and JEON Jihee stepping around for the inside-out forehand here. Has worked successfully on a few occasions. Very satisfied, Kim In-soon. For the first time, we see JEON Jihee try to change up the placement to break the pattern, but jammed in on the body, and it's 11-6 for CHEN Meng and WANG Manyu. One game away from taking the title. Stick around, game 3 coming up right after this. Back for game number 3. WANG Manyu and CHEN Meng leading 2-0. WANG Manyu will start off with the serve.
1 love.
Now in game 2, the Korean pair saved several game points in a row. From down 10-3, they got 3. Finding some nice patterns playing the wide forehand.
1 on.
Clever play, the Chinese pair trying to break it up. Playing it way wide to the forehand, so JEON Jihee does not have that step around shot. This is right on the line, the sideline of the table. Still JEON Jihee with the touch ball surprises the Chinese pair to take the point.
2-1.
Some heavy underspin on the serve. Again, mixing it up, keeping the Chinese pair guessing. Shovel serve with a little bit of underspin, or maybe less topspin, straight side. CHEN Meng thinks there's more topspin on it, plays it off the top of the net and out. You can see how close the racket was. Against topspin, this is the right shot.
2, 3.
When you hear the grunt come out, the extra effort from a step behind the table, CHEN Meng has some serious backhand power, even falling away. Using all body parts well together.
4-2.
Some high pressure shots from JEON Jihee. This isn't the first time we've seen her play it down the line from wide on the forehand so far in this game. She's moving well, anticipating, but not moving too early, just staying planted. If she turns the corner, she's going to be in trouble. Again, forehand dominant players, especially left-handed players, get used to stepping around a little bit early. Saw it with Gu Yuting, seen it with Xu Xin. Right into the body, perfect placement, and hooking back into the body more. Bit of side top, watch this shot. CHEN Meng almost hits JEON Jihee in the chest. This time a more decisive backhand, a clearer shot for JEON Jihee, not tempting the turnaround. Hear a little bit of frustration there near the net microphone. CHEN Meng, the shot before, was able to get the ball over the table with a full stroke. Very difficult to do. And this time a little bit shorter. Wise decision from Haeun to play it softer, force a more uncomfortable forehand flip. Patiently waiting in the center of the table for the lukewarm topspin from CHEN Meng. Umpire warning the players to play.
4-8.
JEON Jihee changing the pace up nicely, softer but spinny and played into the backhand side. It's a little bit of score reversal here. The table is turned. The Korean pair working quite well together to shut down the high-speed attack game. Placement is so important out here. Not just for one shot, but thinking about where it's coming back and where the next ball needs to go, the combinations. Look at this, the angle off the side. JEON Jihee from over punches it wide to extend the lead to 5 points. The Korean pair is definitely in deep water, down 0-2. If they don't take this game, the title is gone. But right now they are well on their way. Surely with 6 game points, they should extend this match to the 4th game at least. And power comes right back on the table. The Korean pair hold steady. JEON Jihee and Haeun live to see another game. Getting their first game this match, they're down 1-2, and we'll be back for game 4 right after this.
Game. Yeon serve. Love on.
Back for game number 4. The Korean pair starting to serve. It's JEON Jihee, the left-handed player, who will start it off.
Love 1.
This tactic worked really well in the last game. JEON Jihee has to stay in over the table, or at least get in for the angle. It'll increase her shot, at least the percentages that they will come down, give a little bit less time to the opponent, and even create a wider angle for her.
2 love.
The main risk is coming in over the table, getting back out of the way, so that her teammate Haeun can come back with a big shot. Clear stroke.
One.
There it is. This is the recipe. Wide to the forehand. JEON Jihee playing it back wide as well. She's using the backhand very effectively. The first 2 games was trying for the forehand a bit more. Might recall in game 2 saving a few game points, having a 3-point run, several of which involved the JEON Jihee step around forehand.
2-3.
A well played deep on the table drives JEON Jihee back, a bit out of the comfort zone. Makes her a lot less effective on this shot. Even if that ball comes down, you can see CHEN Meng waiting right there for the counter loop. So with the first towel break of the game, the Chinese pair back in control. After dominating the first 2 games, getting dominated in the 3rd. It's just that extra bit of kick and spin. That heavier Chinese rubber on the forehand takes a little extra strength to carry. But the ball jumps a bit differently than the non-Chinese players are used to.
5-2. Time out.
So the Timeout called for the Korean pair, down 3 in what could be the final game of their tournament in this event. Let's look at this serve again. Shovel serve. Looks like she comes just under the ball. The misread by JEON Jihee finds the net. It's always interesting to see the evolution of service and what becomes popular at different times. The pendulum serve, the most classic serve in the game of table tennis. While we still see it a lot in table tennis, we see more shovel serves right now in the game, especially in the women's game. But even on the men's side, Haru Yoshimura doing it quite well. Per Garell of Sweden. Anton Kjellberg, also of Sweden. In case you're curious, the new balls will be coming into play. Rumor has it it'll be starting in Korea in April. The DHS, the ball sponsor, has a heavier ball. It's a little bit harder. It's supposed to play a bit more consistently. So they've been giving them out to some players to practice with.
3-5.
So far, the timeout seems to have helped as the Korean pair take the first point out of the timeout. Patient play from JEON Jihee on that forehand spin shot to set up young Haeun. See if we can see the placement here. Fifth ball a little bit softer, but the placement was just perfect from JEON Jihee right to the corner, forcing CHEN Meng into an uncomfortable ball. WANG Manyu sort of saying, my bad, I'll get out of your way. Too strong. Over the table, Chiquita banana receive. So much power she generates. I think this is one reason, just the way she tucks back the elbow forward, how the elbow comes out and snaps through again with the wrist at the end. Much easier to do on the backhand side than the forehand side from over the table.
6-4.
Watching at home, you're welcome to try with your wrist from the backhand and try from the forehand and see where you're more flexible.
6-5.
Much more closely contested game so far since the timeout at 2-5. Korean pair seems quite focused on playing for placement, short strokes. And interestingly enough, unlike game 1 and 2, it's CHEN Meng who's playing behind WANG Manyu. Second towel break of the game, and it's completely tied up. 4 out of the next 5 points have gone to the Korean pair since the timeout. Keeping this momentum post-towel break will be crucial for the Korean pair to see a 5th and deciding game. Players warned again to start. It's natural to want to talk to your teammate and make sure you guys have a clear plan.
6-7.
A little bit of conversation here between the players. Two big points for the Chinese pairs. Now the one before, JEON Jihee had a little bit of trouble timing on the bounce. And here just a little bit late to get to the forehand. Clever movement here from WANG Manyu to play it wide out to the forehand side. JEON Jihee just a little posted up in the backhand corner. Now being the smallest player on the court, her steps aren't quite as big as the others.
9-6.
CHEN Meng so strong over the table. This could be a little bit of foreshadowing for some of the quality of shot that you'll see later today in the women's singles final between the 2 in yellow and black right now. Teammates at the moment, opponents later on this afternoon. Outstanding rally, but jammed up again. The short stroke, trying to play it to the short side of the table. JEON Jihee finds the net. WANG Manyu and CHEN Meng successfully from off the table, looping once again to earn themselves championship point to take the title. Beautiful backhanded. CHEN Meng and WANG Manyu are the champions for the 2017 Seamaster Qatar Open in women's doubles. And what a performance from the young Chinese pair to take down the top seeds Haeun and JEON Jihee. Together they will be making a name for themselves as a doubles pair, and maybe even later on in the World Tour Grand Finals at the end of the year, you'll be able to see this pair playing together. But only time will tell. Of course, we've got the World Championships coming up at the end of May in Dusseldorf, Germany. So keep your eyes on these two, CHEN Meng and WANG Manyu. You'll be able to see them later today. Stick around, we've got the men's doubles coming up in just a bit, right after this at the 2017 Seamaster Qatar Open.